Hi, my name is Richie Zellon. I'm a jazz guitarist and music educator. For years, my students have been whining and bickering about the amount of time they have to devote in order to learn how to play jazz guitar. After considerable thought, I came to the conclusion that they have a point. Why should they initially just have to spend a couple of weeks to learn one pentatonic scale and a couple of power chords, and then on the other hand have to spend years learning all these difficult scales and all these fancy chords in order to finally play jazz? It's not fair. This is the 21st century. People have better things to do. Enter the jazz pill. So a couple of years ago, I thought to myself, what if a pill were to be invented where anyone who takes it becomes an instant jazz guitarist without having to deal with all that boring theory, not to mention years of practicing all those dumb exercises? The world would be a better place. Imagine going to your local music store on the weekend, and instead of a bunch of kids playing Smoke on the Water with the distortion cranked up, they'd all be playing something like Giant Steps on an archtop maybe, or even Stella by Starlight. So I decided to call Mr. White, my old high school chemistry teacher from New Mexico. After 2 years of long meetings in which we discussed how to transmute into brain food various scales and chords such as the dominant 7 sharp 9 flat 9 flat 13 sharp 11, Mr. White recently decided to try a first run of the jazz pill in his lab. I recently volunteered as a lab rat to try the pill, and I have to confess that it isn't yet ready to be publicly released. Here are some of the bugs I encountered. For the first 3 weeks after first taking the jazz pill, I suffered a number of side effects which include nausea, vomiting, upset stomach, constipation, headaches, anxiety, insomnia, drowsiness, dizziness, nervousness, heart palpitations, loss of appetite or increase in appetite, weight changes, dry mouth, decreased sex drive, and impotence. I was able to endure this period with the hope that after the side effects subsided, I would be able to pick up the guitar, and by just thinking of my favorite jazz guitarist, I'd be able to sound just like him instantaneously. This thanks to the endless hours Mr. White spent in the process of transmuting hundreds of solo transcriptions into our new patent-pending brain food formula. When the 3 weeks of side effects finally subsided and the awaited moment arrived, here is what happened. I started improvising over Joy Spring. Everything seemed to be going fine in the beginning. All my lines were flowing. I was hitting all the right notes, and suddenly I experienced an uncontrollable feeling of aggression, which forced my fingers to play Iron. This feeling suddenly disappeared and I shifted back into Joy Spring. I made an effort to stop while still in jazz mode. The previous scenario repeated itself with several variations every time I tried to play my guitar in the following weeks. Every time I went downtown to play my weekly street corner gig, I noticed that if I played outdoors, everything that I tried soloing over sounded, well, outside. Here I am soloing over Autumn Leaves. Notice that I'm unintentionally side-slipping all over the place. This must be due to the fact that during the planning stages, I handed Mr. White a stack of transcriptions by Cecil Taylor and Ornette Coleman that were labeled outside. I think Mr. White must have misunderstood this to mean that he wanted this style to come out whenever I played outdoors. So I decided to stop taking the pill. The 3 weeks of withdrawal side effects again included nausea, vomiting, upset stomach, constipation, headaches, anxiety, insomnia, drowsiness, dizziness, nervousness, heart palpitations, loss of appetite or increase in appetite, weight changes, dry mouth, decreased sex drive, and impotence. After an added 2 months of severe depression, I finally called Mr. White with my evaluation of the initial batch of the jazz pill. We both agreed that the FDA would never approve the pill until we get rid of the bugs. Mr. White said this will take several years, if not decades. So boys and girls, I hate to break it to you, becoming a jazz guitarist overnight by just taking a pill is nowhere near becoming a reality. So please don't hold your breath. On the other hand, I have some good news for you. You still have the option of following in the steps of all those great players who had to dedicate time and commitment to mastering the art of playing jazz. Therefore, I would like to invite you to check out a resource that does not need any FDA approval and does not have any side effects. I want you to check out the Bebop Guitar Improv series. This online course is comprised of 2 volumes. Volume 1 alone includes 3 books and over 150 videos. It will unravel the method to this madness, which we call jazz improvisation, in a logical, detailed, step-by-step method. All the exercises are available as downloadable PDFs, audio MP3s, and even band-in-a-box files. You also get access to a forum where you can get answers to any questions that may arise. Best of all, it is super affordable and comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. No questions asked. For more info, please visit bebopguitar.richiezellon.com and find out how hundreds of guitarists worldwide are taking their playing to a whole new level.